This is our presentation on urban sprawl and deforestation.
Presented by Brett Gerding and Cohen.
In the 1960s, long before the United States had a population of well over 300 million, the concern with environmental damage caused by urban sprawl was beginning to take hold.
Now, more than 40 years later, we see the problem progressing at an alarming rate.
Urban sprawl is the rapidly accelerating growth of suburbs around major urban centers, resulting in the destruction of natural habitats, forests, and farmland.
It is necessary in our times to set in place economic and environmental balances to protect both growth and preservation of forests and other natural habitats.
By being more spread out, suburban developments often separate naturally contiguous environments.
This can block feeding areas and disrupt migration patterns of native animal species.
Average commute times to New York City reach nearly 40 minutes and are well over 30 minutes to Boston and Philadelphia.
The long commute times indicate that the sprawl around these cities is growing further from the cities at a faster rate, causing more deforestation and habitat fragmentation.
Frank Eichert said, "Will urban sprawl spread so far that most people lose touch with nature? Will the day come when the only bird a typical American child ever sees is a canary in a pet shop window? When the only wild animal he knows is a rat, glimpsed on a night drive through some city slum? When the only tree he touches is a cleverly fabricated plastic evergreen that shades his gifts on Christmas morning?"
Deforestation is the permanent destruction of native forest or woodland areas. Most of deforestation occurs in tropical areas due to lack of protection from its surroundings, and the majority of it is expected to vanish by the year 2050 if we continue like such.
Tropical rainforests provide shelter for 70 to 90% of world's organisms. It provides the world with the primary needs of life like shelter, food, and medicines, which 25% of it that we depend on comes from forests.
Trees purify the air of any trapped carbon or other particles produced by pollution. As they cool down the earth and help the regulation of the earth's climate, it helps out environmental services such as preventing erosion, landslides, and enriching the soil.
One of the main causes of deforestation is overpopulation. As the population grows, peasants are forced to move out and hunt for land in untouched areas, such as forests. In efforts of establishing farmlands, these peasants slashed and burned trees that stood in their way and became shifted cultivators, and in the process destroyed all nutrients in the soil.
Cattle grazing is a big factor that ties in with overpopulation and modern industries meeting people's demands. With today's growth of fast food chains, the demand to buy beef for hamburger at a cheap price is increasing, and these needs are met by cattle grazing. More trees are being cut down in order to make space, while species are being deprived of their homes.
Most people reason that when they cut down the trees, others will grow and replace the old ones. But there's more to it than just that. Every day, about 50 to 100 animals are destroyed in forests, which initially led to the decrease in genetic resources, causing possible extinctions in certain species. With every extinct species, every tree that we destroy, we are in turn eliminating our chances to find cures for various diseases.
Looks can be deceiving, and that is the case for a lot of the tropical rainforests we have left. Their roots have rotted because the soil has lost all of its richness and nutrients due to vegetation, which leads to the soil to erosion. This means that the thought of planting a tree after the land has been massacred is useless because the soil has bared all its nutrients and cannot support any cultivation.
Plants are responsible for taking in carbon dioxide and converting it to oxygen. Being a greenhouse gas, the carbon dioxide penetrates the earth but isn't able to escape. An increase of any of the greenhouse gases alternatively leads to an increase in Earth's overall temperature. This increase also contributes to changes in the weather, sea levels increasing, and other natural life cycles. Today we witness such a change and call it global warming.
Without realizing it, humans indirectly destroy forests every day. when we take extra brown paper towels in the lavatory, when using multiple tissues to wipe our nose, and when using long rolls of paper towels to wipe ourselves. With extra paper we use, we are destroying a tree that could have given rise to the cure for cancer or given birth to new kinds of species.
By destroying our forests, we are destroying ourselves. We are cutting ourselves short of what the future can be. Forests are put on Earth for a reason, and it is not up to us to jeopardize this concept. And finally, we must realize that if all of our rainforests are gone, there is no way of getting them back.